So when an object is freely falling, you can notice that there is a change in speed. Okay, this is freely falling. What happens? Earlier it is a speed of 0. Speed not, you can say velocity, because direction is fixed. It is vertically downward falling. Clear? So you can say when an object is start falling from a fixed position vertically downward, there is a change in speed. There is a change in velocity. Clear? Here is the minimum velocity and here is the maximum velocity. The time of hitting the ground. That means there is a change in velocity. This is the change in velocity. So this is a change in velocity. It means some time must have been taken in this change. And this is called the acceleration. It means an object which is freely falling is accelerated. And here we will use a different symbol, that is small g, v minus u divided by t. Okay? This a, this g, there is not any kind of difference. Only due to the gravity I have taken this small g. Okay? For the gravity, due to gravity this g is existing here, therefore I have taken the symbol g. Okay? This is a special force applied by the special planet. Only planet where life sustains. Clear? Therefore, in place of a I have written small g. It means an object falling under gravity is accelerated by the value of small g, and it has some mass also. Let's suppose that its mass is small m. I can suppose the mass to be small m, and the acceleration produced in the object is small g. Clear? Object having mass as well as it is accelerated, there should not be any kind of doubt. Clear? So this I am erasing simply, and I am saying that object under free fall is accelerated and definitely it has some mass. Earth also having some mass. Earth also having some mass. And continuously this earth, this planet is applying force on this object. According to Newton's second law, the force applied by earth on this object is equal to mass into acceleration. I have used here symbol small g, therefore small g. Clear? Force I have calculated. How much force this earth, this planet is applying on this object, this I have calculated, and this is given by F is equal to mg. Clear? So this is relation 1, I can say. This is relation number 1. And at the same time, I can calculate the same force using the formula this one. This also can be used to calculate the same force between the object and the earth. What will be that force? Capital G, as it is a universal gravitational constant, it will be as it is m1 mass of the earth, capital M I am writing, m2 mass of the object, small m, and here is small. So this is the relation number 2. This is the relation number 2. Any doubt? No. Same force I have calculated with a different technique, different method, different formula, but the result will be same. In mathematics also you solve the different kind of problem, same problem with different methods, but you ultimately get the same result. Am I right or not? So here also I have done the same thing. Force applied by this on this object, how much it is given by relation number 1, and then I applied the Newton law of gravitation, and I got the relation number 2. This is also f equal to something, this is also f equal to something. So both will be equal. From 1 and 2, what I will write? From 1 and 2. cancel? Cancel? What I got? This G is what? Acceleration, amount of acceleration produced in the object which is falling under free fall. Huh? How much acceleration produced in the object which is falling under free fall, that can be calculated by this formula. This object whose mass is m, when it start falling, it achieve some acceleration. Okay? Acceleration due to gravity. Okay? Because due to gravity it is falling. So this is acceleration due to gravity. And how much acceleration due to gravity produced? With the help of this formula we can calculate. Where acceleration produced? In the object, not in the earth. Okay? And very surprising thing is that in the object in which the acceleration produced, its mass itself is missing from the formula. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Acceleration produced in the object whose mass is m, we want to calculate, and its mass in the formula itself missing. Surprising or not?
Yes, sir.
It is like that I want to ask you some question to you and you are absent in the class, but I ask the question to you. Clear? I wanted to assist you, but you were absent a particular day, but I assist you. Your assessment done in your absence. The same thing is happening. The assessment of acceleration due to gravity done in the absence of its mass. It means acceleration due to gravity does not depend upon the mass of the object which is falling under free fall.
Yes.
It means either this duster or this chalk you release from this height, both will hit the ground at the same time. Because the mass does not matter. 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 5,000 kilogram, 1 gram, no issue. Clear? Both will hit the ground at the same time.
But if you will fall chapter and a paper, then paper will fall to same time.
In the beginning, what I told you? There is a gravity only. We will neglect the forces offered by the molecules, dust particles, smoke.
The friction would.
That friction. They are offering friction. Air molecules, water droplets, dust particles, smoke, all these offering the resistance to these objects which is falling under free fall. But we will neglect them. There is no air, there is no molecule. You say no, we will take a paper. If you release the paper having a larger surface area, in fact, it will suffer the resistance. But I am saying that there is no air. When there is no air, then this formula is true. Okay? Either because the smaller friction will bigger force for the small size of the paper. But that smaller friction is no issue for this kind of heavy objects. In comparison to the paper, these are the heavy objects. They are nothing to do with the frictions. They enough strong to resist the friction. Okay, you plow upward, I will go downward under gravity. Clear? So this keep in your mind. Yes.
Sir, if parachute is coming down from a particular height, there will be free fall.
That is not free fall. With the help of parachute, someone landing. It is not free fall because the air is now become a giant to offer a very high force to the parachute. Okay. Other than gravity, there is someone else who is enough capable to hold you in the air. That is not the people. Yeah. Smaller forces can be neglected. Okay, the acceleration produced in a body which is under free fall does not depend upon its mass. And what is this D? Let it be like this. Okay. Sensual shape of the almost like this. And here the object is falling, suppose. So this is the region of equator, equatorial region. Equator, polar region. P for polar region. This is the polar region. This is the equatorial region. Equator. Okay. This is the center of the Earth. If you wish to start from a journey from the center of the Earth towards the pole and then again towards the equator, what will happen? You will have to cover a larger area, a larger distance in this case than this case. Am I right?
Yes.
And an object is falling from here, suppose. An object is falling from here. And an object falling from here. This direction, okay? Not think like this. In this direction. Let's make it here. This direction. Under gravity falling. Here distance is larger than this distance. This is very small distance in compared to this radius of the Earth. Okay? Keep in your mind. Don't think that this is this much and this is almost equal. No. Not equal. It is some meter, some 1,000 kilometer. Okay? So we can neglect this distance, we can neglect this distance. Again, if we require. Otherwise, we can include, there is no problem. The acceleration due to gravity, small g is equal to, this is d square. If the distance is larger, acceleration due to gravity will be smaller. Because the relation between acceleration due to gravity and this distance is inversely related. Relation is of inverse. Acceleration due to gravity inversely proportional to the distance. If the distance is smaller, in that case, this acceleration due to gravity, you will have the larger value. Clear? In this way, it depends upon the distance also. But hardly we move from the polar region to the equatorial region. For you and me, it is not of great value or great matter of concern. Clear? The acceleration due to gravity produced in an object which is falling over the polar region will be greater than the equatorial region the object is falling. This is the significance of this T. question? Clear? No doubt?